Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. It is a beautiful Monday morning, January 20th, 2025. Over the weekend, I had an opportunity to visit with several of you, and we focused conversations with those of you that promised big numbers, but you were not producing big numbers as a distribution partner, as a reseller. So essentially, after what, 8, 9, 10 of those conversations, we essentially made a list of what most of you said that you needed. And based upon providing these items, we've got at least 5 of you that have committed to generating 100 or more deals a month. So does this mean that you have to be some superstar? No. But what we've put together is called the Reseller Marketing Package, based upon what several of you have said. If we provided you, you could blow the doors off. So in the background here, you see a shared screen, and this is the landing page that we're going to provide everyone. And you'll see the list we're going to get to in a moment, but you'll have a landing page like this. The landing page will be standardized. Now, this is my car. If you want your car, we can make changes, but in general, this is the standard landing page, and that's just a backdrop. And then here we have the agenda. We're going to announce the RMP, the Reseller Marketing Package. We're going to answer your questions. And what's the goal today? Like every day, let's go make money. We don't want to just get together and talk and chat. We want to implement, help people solve their problems and make money. So based upon the feedback that a number of you gave, we needed to start with some common understanding of what does it really take to be successful on a larger scale. Now, some of you come to us just wanting to be a dabbler, and that's fine. As a dabbler, you'll do a deal here, a deal there. It's just not really important to you. But some of you are looking at this as earning, as several of you are, 6 digits a month, 100,000 or more a month. That's going to require more focus and apparently more resources than what we've provided you before. So let's start with what are the keys to success as a reseller based upon your peers that we talked to. So we had ran a promotion last week with 0 out of pocket for clients. So when you're talking to a prospective client about getting a Fundable Shelf Corp, it seems resoundingly that you all liked no upfront cost to the client. So we're going to talk about how we're going to continue that, right? We're not talking yet about the reseller marketing package. We're instead stepping back and just reviewing what you all shared with us over the weekend. So again, first, many of you said you really like the no upfront price. Now, if you want to add a price or a processing fee, you could do so, but you didn't want to have to pay us anything to bring a client in. So that was point number 1. Point number 2 is, several of you said, obviously leads are important, and I think we've resolved that in terms of getting you with Kyle and getting you all the leads that you want. But so number 1, no upfront cost is important for success. Having plenty of leads. Number 3, a landing page. And so when we rolled out the reseller program, we expected to bring a more sophisticated group of partners to the table where we wouldn't have to provide a lot of resources. But again, what a number of you said is that a landing page is important. So we'll talk about how we'll start providing that here as of today. A number of you that we talked to over the weekend said that you needed not only a landing page, but also a drip campaign, because you and I know it's too good to be true to think that the first time that we talk to someone that everyone will sign up. It doesn't work like that. Often it takes multiple touches. Statistically, it takes on average 5 to 7 touches to get someone to make a purchasing decision. When we launched the reseller program, again, we thought that we would attract a group of people that had their own ability to develop their own landing pages and their own drip campaigns, but we realized that we need to do more. So we'll address that in just a moment once we roll out the RMP. And then a number of you just said, hey, we need help getting these contracts together. We've gotten contracts that have come in that I think literally were signed in crayon. I'm not even joking or trying to be silly. So some of our resellers have the ability to go out, talk to prospects, get the prospects to enroll, but a number of our resellers lack the ability to pull together a landing page, a drip campaign, or even the e-signature contracts. So again, we've built all that into the RMP, which we'll get to in just a moment. And then a number of you said, hey, we've got to up the comp. We need to be paid up front and we need to be paid on the back end as well. So that way it's a much more significant financial event. You know, you're making 5,000 or more on the front end. Everyone's wanting to make at least 5 points on the back end. So here's, I guess, the problem that we're looking to solve. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to attempt to solve that with the reseller marketing package. So here are the keys to success. No out-of-pocket cost to the client, need to have plenty of leads, need to have a landing page to send people to, need a drip campaign for those people that don't sign up right away. We need e-signature contract to make it easy for people to enroll, and we need to get paid a shitload of money for every conversion. So this is what we were told by those of you that we essentially interviewed over the weekend. So with that, we're going to we're going to roll out the reseller marketing package, which is our attempt to address these areas. So moving on. Reseller marketing package components. Well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and provide a landing page. We realize that some of you don't have the ability or willingness or desire to create your own landing page. Fine, we're going to create one for you. It will look like this because as a reseller, we want to make these tools available because your success is our success, but we need it to be as efficient as possible. So we have a software program that we use, and this will allow us to create each of you a landing page that'll look precisely like this. Now you might say, well, how does it track back to you? Well, you'll have a unique link, and your link is for only you to use, and anyone that comes through your link is tracked to you, and so we can keep the record straight, report to you, and so forth. The landing page is designed to collect just a minimum amount of information from the prospect. Their first name, their last name, their phone number, their email, and then they click to allow us to communicate with them, and they hit the blue button. Pull that back up. So no, it doesn't ask how much money they want. No, it doesn't ask what type of business. We're just trying to get the base amount of information to be able to get them into the drip campaign, which I'll get to in just a moment. So the landing page will look just like this. Again, this is one of the company cars I bought. Not bragging, it's just my car. I know you may want your car on there or a picture of your company jet if you're like Jeff. But regardless, this is what it's going to look like. What questions do you have about the landing page? Okay, let's move on, and I think it'll piece together here. So we're going to also put together your client agreement, which gets back to number 5. Some of you are really struggling with this, and we don't want it to be a struggle. In the past, we said, hey, go figure it out. We realize some of you can't figure it out or don't want to figure it out or won't figure it out, so we'll just take care of it for you. So what we'll do is we'll take our editable client agreement and we'll take our information off and we'll put your information on, and then we'll put it into an e-signature format. So we're going to be your receptionist, your support team. So you have a landing page and you have client agreement ready to go. Third, automation. So this gets back to the drip campaign we talked about on number 4. So when you get your landing page, any prospect, well, let's talk about the rules of engagement, because if you don't do this right, you'll be very frustrated. We'll get you the landing page, but it's going to be designed for your lead to fill out, because once they put in these 4 fields, click the box here and request information, it's going to send them a text right away to their mobile number, and they have to respond yes to agree to receive any future correspondence, the drip campaign, as well as we're going to be texting them a link to your agreement. So the point is, you can't game the system, because take Frank here. Frank's got thousands of leads. Well, couldn't Frank just put all of his people through here, all of his prospects? No, that'd be horrible, because now all of Frank's prospects are going to get a text that they're not expecting, and they're probably not going to type yes to receive the drip campaign and further communication. So that's the key here. For us to have a legally compliant marketing system, we can provide you the landing page, and we'll do that. We can provide you the client agreement that's ready to go with your information and your desired pricing, by the way. But for the drip campaign and to get people into your funnel, it needs to be the prospect that fills this out. Now, Jocelyn brings up a good point. With this, it's simple, and it really gives you a very brief script. And you could argue you don't need to say anything other than this. You could say, hey, you could qualify for a 100,000 plus SBA loan with funding as little as 10 days. You can get a Fundable Shelf Corporation. This will say 0 out of pocket, by the way. I'm surprised that says 1,000, but we'll update that. So that'll say 0, because remember, we eliminated the out of pocket. So it'll say 0 out of pocket. Shelf corporations are guaranteed minimum 100,000 business funding. Fill it out. So all this is accurate except for this. I thought they fixed that already, but it'll be no out of pocket expense. No out of pocket expense. So that'll match everything that we've said. All right. So the automation is there built in. We will support what many of you have asked, to continue the 0 out of pocket, so the clients don't have an objection. So they don't have to pay 1,000 down. They don't have to pay $250 down. Essentially, it's 0 out of pocket. Now, I think it was Frank and I had almost a debate last week, because some people don't understand the difference between 0 out of pocket and free. So when we say 0 out of pocket, it means the entire amount will be financed. We're not saying it's a free shelf corp. Now, it's free in the sense that we reimburse them, but let's not muddy the waters there. So it'd be 0 out of pocket. How much does a shelf corp actually cost? I don't know. You're going to tell us, because we have a form we're going to send you to get set up with the Reseller Marketing Package, and it explicitly asks, how much do you want to charge? Because now we're becoming your administrative team, and we're going to create the agreement. We're going to put that into e-signature format, and it's going to be texted to them automatically. Because a number of you said, hey, this is great, great niche, great way to help people, great way to make money, but it was too laborious. Here, it's becoming much more passive. If you can just generate the lead to your landing page through the drip campaign, we will be able to give them education and motivation and get them the agreement. The agreement will come to them automatically via text. So yes, we'll be able to keep the price as 0 out of pocket. You and I know both. As soon as you charge $1 out of pocket, it slows down the sales process, because now people have to decide, oh, is it worth $1? How am I going to get the dollar to you? How do I get my dollar back if it's a scam, if it's not legitimate? But when you move it to 0 out of pocket, you really expedite, or shouldn't say expedite, but really increase the number of participants. All right, and then from a comp perspective, you're not giving up anything. You'll still get whatever it is you want on the front end. Most of you, not all of you, but most of you are charging $15,000 for the shelf corp, which is financed. You know, it cost us 10 to provide it, so anything above the 10,000 is your profit margin. So that's why we said 5,000 on the front end. But again, that's up to you. And you'll make 5 points on the capital raise. Well, how much of a capital raise will they get? Different clients have different capital raise requests. Some are happy with 100,000, some want 1 million. If you think about that, $1 million capital raise, and if you're making 5 points, that's 50,000 on the back end plus five on the front. You're at 55,000 per deal. So pretty strong. All right. And so then our standard resources, no different. So let's get into the questions, the comments, the concerns you have. So Ernest is asking about the pricing. So yes, we'll come back and talk about the pricing. We're charging just what it cost us to provide these services, because obviously we're in it for you, with you for success. But before, separate from pricing, what's your feedback? Have we nailed it here? Or are we providing what each of you would need to go kick up the volume, help more people, and make more money? So Elaine, what do you think? Would this help you generate more deals? If you had the leads, if you had the landing page, if you had the drip campaign, if you had the e-signature contracts built in, you're making money off the front and the back end. Elaine, would this help you generate more? Well, let's make it more quantifiable versus yes or no. With this, what is your estimated monthly volume? And I know it's a prediction and you're not being held, but if you were to say, let's say we use the rest of January as kind of the ramp up time, so we're really looking at February, what do you think is a reasonable number of deals you can get, number of clients under contract in the month of February? So Elaine, what I'm looking for all of you, there's 429, so I don't want to say 429 names, but what do you think you could generate in the month of February with this approach? All right, Michael says 45. Great. Gilbert, what do you think? Jason, Jeff, Jocelyn, Ernest says 10. Because what we're wanting to do is to empower those of you that are looking at making a significant amount of income. So those of you that want to be a dabbler, you'll still be a dabbler, right? And I understand that, and that's okay. If you have other things you're doing that you enjoy doing that's making money, helping people, why get distracted? But we really want to focus in on helping those of you that are looking at doing one or more deals a day. So 20 to 30 or more a month. That's where we want to focus our attention. So no, we're not getting rid of everyone else. It's just that's where we want to focus is bigger players. So a number of you are showing bigger numbers, but a number of you, quite frankly, are still looking at 5 to 10 a month, which I think the system, as long as you readily feed leads in, you're going to have a high close rate, because we're going to have the drip campaign, continuing to educate them, motivate them, obviously locking in with the no out-of-pocket cost, and then we're going to make the agreement so easy for them they can just click on one of the text and enroll. Because again, I know some of you just haven't, either it was a struggle or you still haven't been able to get a client agreement put together. All right. So with that being said, let's open it up for questions. Todd is asking about getting leads from Kyle. Yeah, so you can get leads wherever you want. One of the best places we found is through Kyle. And if you don't know how to get a hold of Kyle, give Madison a call and she can connect you with Kyle. We don't have any financial affiliation with Kyle. He has different types of leads. He can get you live transfers. His team can set up appointments. He can give you a spreadsheet of older leads. He has a virtual assistant program that has been remarkable, where you don't even really pay for the leads. You're just paying, I think it's $12 an hour for his VAs to contact prospects that meet your needs. So a number of different ways. So Todd's asking if he gets leads from Kyle, can he still forward those over to us? Because if you remember, I mentioned previously, if you get a spreadsheet of leads from Kyle, you can send that spreadsheet to us and we'll submit them into the drip marketing campaign. No cost to you, no compromise. They're still your deals, and we can handle the drip campaign. So the answer to that is yes, Todd. We can do that. Michael's asking how soon. We're going to go live today. So what you'll want to do is just simply call Madison if you're interested, and she'll send you the reseller marketing package. It'll come to you as an e-signature, kind of like what we're doing here. And so then if you wanted to proceed with it, we will. We're trying to figure out the pricing of it. We want to keep the pricing as low as possible, but we're going to have to hire someone to do this specifically. And so the question is, how much response do we get? But if you call Madison or email us, we can get you the agreement, and we'll have the pricing figured out by the end of the day based upon demand. The more demand, the cheaper it is, because then we can divide our fixed cost over more resellers. But this is not a money making system for us. It's just we've frankly seen some of you not be able to generate your own landing page, not have a drip campaign, struggle with the e-signature contract. And of course, that complemented with no upfront cost, no out-of-pocket cost for the client. You get paid on the front end and the back end, which let's break out that comp. I think that's what Samuel's asking for. So let's do a compensation example. So again, as a reseller, you pick the price, but on the front end, let's assume that you're selling it for 15,000. Again, it's fully financed, so the client's not having to pay anything out of pocket, but that would be the norm. So that's your gross income, of course. You have expenses, as every business does. And then on the back end, let's assume that you're making 5% of, we'll just say that everyone gets $100,000 capital raise, which they should get more. Most will want more. But if we do that together, our total gross income per client would project to 20,000 per deal. So it just depends upon your volume, right? So Rod's looking at doing around 10 a month. So 10 times 20,000 would put him at around 200,000. So that's fine. Corinthian predicts to be at half of that. So Corinthian would only make around 100,000 in February. But then you have some of you that are predicting to be like Michael and Samuel and others, where you're around 50 or so. Well, my goodness, if you did, let's just say you did one a day, one per day in February. So 28 times 20,000 is going to equal around 600,000 gross a month. So, I mean, it's not bad, but obviously it's a volumes game, right? So if you're looking at just doing something on the side, you can do it on the side. If you're looking for something that's a more significant income stream. But this is what we've put together based upon your input. So one more time, we'll just run through it, and then we'll end our Zoom. If you're interested in the reseller marketing package, you can either email us or call Madison. But we're going to provide a landing page to all of you that want the landing page. It'll look just like this, minus it'll say 0 out of pocket. That was edited, but it's not showing on this screen, but we'll fix that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll collect from you how you want your client agreement to be set up, including what name and address you want on your client agreement, because it's still a reseller agreement, what pricing. And so we'll take care of doing those edits and then getting that into an e-signature software. We'll provide you the link, and then we'll need that link, because that link's going to be embedded into the drip campaign, which I guess is here. So once your prospect comes through your landing page, they'll get an immediate response, an immediate text that they need to respond yes to opt in. And then after that, they'll continue to get messages over the upcoming days and weeks ahead over a 30-day period, because just not everyone will sign immediately. And then we're going to be able to continue to offer the zero out-of-pocket costs, so that avoids a significant barrier of closing a deal. There's no upfront cost, regardless of what you're wanting to sell the shelf for. Most of you selling it for $15,000. We'll facilitate financing on that, and then you're going to make money on the front end and back end. So Robin's asking, what's the out of pocket? So we're going to keep the out of pocket at 0. So the out of pocket, Robin, is 0. So we're going to lock into that just because we had so much success. We had more clients enroll last week than we had the 3 months prior, and business was good. So certainly going to the marketplace with no out-of-pocket cost seems to be what the marketplace really likes. Plus, it makes your job a hell of a lot easier because you don't have to try to justify the out-of-pocket investment. So, Robin, the answer to you and everyone else is we're to lock in at the 0. Taminika is asking about the pricing. We're figuring that out. It's going to be based upon the number of you that want to use it. The more people that want to use it, the lower the price is, because we have certain fixed costs. We're hiring someone to actually do this, and the more people we can split their cost across, the cheaper it'll be. But if you're interested, either call Madison after the Zoom or email us. And then once we're able to figure out the price based upon the number of potential participants, then we'll get you a link out, and that'll have the reseller package for you. All right. Jeff's asking, do you have to do the reseller package? No, you don't need to. But here's Jeff, and you're one of our top producers, but just from what others are telling us, these are the 6 things that people are telling us that they need to be successful. So you could almost do a checklist. Do you even need this package? Because I think some of you don't need it. Do you already have plenty of leads? Do you already have a landing page? Do you already have a drip campaign set up? Do you have an e-signature contract set up? If you have, especially these items here highlighted, I don't think you need this. You're competent and capable, and frankly, you're kind of what we were expecting to get when we launched the reseller program. But no offense to any of you, some of you don't have enough leads. Some of you don't have the ability to create your own landing page. Some of you don't have the ability or willingness to create a drip campaign. Some of you don't have or won't or can't create an e-signature contract. So we wanted to put together a package to put everyone on equal footing. All right, with that being said, you can access any of our past trainings. I see some new faces today, which is great. So if it's not real clear to you what this is all about, how shelf corps work, how resellers operate, no worries. Go back and see our past trainings. Madison is your first line point of communication. You can give her a ring. If she misses your call, leave a message and she'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you're not a reseller but would like to become a reseller, there's no cost to be a reseller. Just email us and we'll send you the implementation package, which includes the editable client agreement and a couple marketing pieces. And then for those of you that want the reseller marketing package, let us know. We'll get that to you, and then we'll be able to implement and allow you, I think, to be positioned to generate much greater income because you'll have all the pieces in place without having to do it yourself. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Have a good day. Bye.